Good afternoon. It has been a particularly busy week for schools in San Bernardino County. As the majority of county students returned to virtual classrooms, some classes in the high desert resumed in-person instruction. Lucerne Valley Unified School District is the only public school in our county to have been approved by local public health officials to bring TK through 6th grade students back onto school campuses. I had the pleasure of visiting Lucerne, joining Superintendent Peter Livingston to welcome back students to the new academic year. Since all students were wearing face masks, I couldn't see their smiles, but their energy and excitement were obvious. The first day back to school has taken on new meaning and significance amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. I want to thank the entire Lucerne Valley Unified community for their tremendous efforts to collaborate with parents, staff, and all stakeholders to bring students back to school while implementing tremendous efforts to help ensure their safety. During the last few months, I have been in weekly and sometimes daily contact with state and local public health officials. This week was no exception, as I twice met with Corwin Porter, the Director of San Bernardino County Public Health. Mr. Porter and our county met with district superintendents on August 25th to provide an update and additional guidance on how to submit waivers to bring elementary students back to the school campus. He shared the data on how the virus is affecting each of the 33 school district boundaries and how this data will be key in whether districts receive waiver approvals. The following day, we were both on a panel at the Colton Joint Unified School District Community Cabinet meeting. Our discussion centered on the impact of COVID-19 on our schools and how districts are supporting students and implementing quality instructional programs. I want to commend the Colton School Board and Superintendent for their outstanding efforts to bring so many parents and key stakeholders into this community cabinet and have their input key to the success of student achievement. Several new guidance documents were also released this week by the California Department of Public Health. Complementary guidance has been provided for child care programs and providers currently in operation. It expands on previously released information and includes areas related to case and contact management, as well as considerations for class or facility closures. The guidance for small cohorts or groups of children and youth were also released and will allow for in-person instruction for specialized segments of students who require targeted support services. This could include students with special needs, homeless students, English learners, or students needing additional supports. Lastly, the guidance on returning to work or school following COVID-19 diagnosis also was released. The guidance is intended for individuals, except those who work in healthcare settings, who have tested positive for COVID-19. It recommends adherence to current CDC guidelines on returning to work or school following a positive COVID-19 test. Our office received further direction on conducting our annual Williams visits. The California legislature met on August 26th and approved adjustments to visit requirements. While physical campus inspections have been suspended until students return for traditional instruction, instructional materials reviews will proceed using online solutions. As we continue our efforts to promote equity and access for all students, we have continued our equity series at county schools, hosting an important webinar yesterday that included key staff from county schools, nonprofit organizations, and other agencies that shared how our collaborative efforts have made a key impact on supporting so many students who experience significant challenges in the environments they're living in. Yesterday's most recent webinar provided insights into these challenges facing our most vulnerable students, so we are committed to continuing this important work to support them. As we continue our efforts to promote equity and access for all students, we have continued our equity series at county schools, hosting an important webinar yesterday that included key staff from county schools, nonprofit organizations, students, and other agencies that shared how our collaborative efforts have made a key impact on supporting so many students who experience significant challenges in the environments they're living in. Yesterday's most recent webinar provided insights into these challenges facing our most vulnerable students, so we are committed to continuing this important work to support them. Earlier today, I had the opportunity to join scores of educators and county schools employees to congratulate Dr. Beth Higbee for her contributions to public education as she retires from a 40-year career serving students, teachers, and administrators. And topping out the week, it was with great joy that our Student Services class of 2020 graduates were presented their high school diplomas today in a drive-through commencement ceremony attended by their principals, teachers, and families. We could not be prouder of the accomplishments of our students and truly appreciate the efforts of all of our staff who provided so much support to ensure these graduates receive the support needed to complete this journey. Although our students faced many challenges, our staff engaged with each one to provide the individual support needed to help them through each step needed for their successful accomplishment of receiving their diploma. Congratulations to our students. Each day, I continue to be inspired by the efforts and dedication of so many people who truly want the best for our students. Let's continue to work together, especially through this pandemic, to transform lives through education. Thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend.